Tomorrow we arrive upon what is probably the very last Nintendo Switch 1 focused direct. Now, there is very soon after the very first Nintendo Switch 2 direct happening, and of course this channel is focused specifically on the Dandori genre, and at the center of that genre is Pikmin, so we're going to ask the question, will Pikmin appear in this direct? My name is Vantage Emblem, and today we're going to gauge the likelihood of Pikmin showing up in either of these directs. We're going to talk about what's in favor of Pikmin potentially having a presence, and what is not in favor of Pikmin having a presence. And if you've been around the block for a while, you're probably A, already subscribed, which you should do if you haven't, but B, you know that Pikmin does not exactly have the greatest track record in showing up in directs, considering there tends to be a 10-year wait between mainline Pikmin games. So, without further ado, we're going to see if things have changed for the series, and if Pikmin might show up in the directs. And, I mean, you can check back in this video later and tell me in the comments if, hey, I was wrong, or if I was right, because it's going to be proven in a couple days whether or not Pikmin is going to show up. So first things first, there's been a bunch of leaks talking about a potential Pikmin spin-off. Some of them are possibly real, some of them definitely not. Some of them said we were going to get a direct just like this in February, and that didn't happen. So it's one of those things where maybe it shows up in either one of these directs, maybe it's one of the very last Switch 1 games, just like Hey Pikmin was one of the last 3DS games, and it kind of serves as a halfway point between Pikmin 4 and Pikmin 5, much as Hey Pikmin probably was intended to be before Pikmin 4 was delayed over and over again, leaving the gap between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4 to be literally a decade. I think it's possible. I mean, Pikmin has been pushed a lot recently. Nintendo's investor meetings say that they've been really proud of the growth of Pikmin as a brand. I did a video talking about that you can check out here in the iCard. And yeah, I think Pikmin has been consistently promoted. Nintendo's been taking a lot of effort to expand the Pikmin brand, including a lot of merch and marketing and a lot of stuff recently. So if a game's going to show up in either the direct tomorrow or the direct a little while from now, it would make sense that this marketing is all going to lead up to it. But I don't know how likely that actually is. I mean, Pikmin doesn't have the greatest track record actually releasing, and on top of that, we're going off of leaks. Leaks are more often than not fake, and a lot of the leaks we have about a Pikmin spin-off, again, we've seen have had some flat-out false information in them already. So I wouldn't say that leaks are exactly a reason to believe that we're going to get Pikmin stuff in either of these directs. That being said, it is possible we could see something like a Pikmin 4 Deluxe that's a port over to Switch 2, or Pikmin 4 DLC, maybe only playable on Switch 2, or playable on both consoles and revealed in the Switch 1 Direct. I don't think it's very likely, frankly, because Pikmin 4 is pretty feature complete, so I'm not sure it needs DLC, or if DLC would really do much to help expand the lifespan of that game anyway, and I'm not sure a deluxe port makes sense because it's already playable on Switch 2, because it's backwards compatible. But hey, they could do it, I could see it happening maybe, but I don't know. I think if Nintendo's putting dev time for stuff right now, they're likely prioritizing bigger IP within their main studio. For example, Mario, DK, Zelda, because they want to push console sales. The last time Nintendo tried to launch a console with Pikmin, it was the Wii U, and we know how that ended up. Now, don't get me wrong, I am watching both of these directs, highly anticipating Pikmin having something, and maybe Fire Emblem, maybe we'll get like a Genealogy of the Holy War Echoes game, whatever, but like, mostly I'm watching to see if there's something cool Pikmin that's happening, because I just love Pikmin, but I'm being realistic here, and I think that it doesn't make much sense for there to be something here. Nintendo's merch efforts for Pikmin might be because they need to sustain the series while we wait for a new entry, since it won't be for a little while. It may not show up on the Switch 1, since we got our one-and-done entry on that console, Pikmin 4, and it's not been that long since Pikmin 4, and it's not prioritized for the beginning of Switch 2 either, so really Pikmin's in a state of limbo again, but Nintendo doesn't want that state of limbo to be regression for the series, hence why we're getting a lot of little things until it makes sense for the game to release, maybe 3 years into the new console's lifespan or so. Then again, we could totally see something new Pikmin tomorrow, and that would be crazy, and maybe the leaks are right. But we also have no info on what the Switch 1 Direct is focused on. It could very easily be 30 minutes of mostly third-party games that are there by obligation for Switch 1, and the Switch 2 Direct might have a bunch of the first-party stuff there. We just don't know. It's totally possible it could be a bunch of Nintendo stuff. More than likely, I think it's not going to be first-party stuff, though. Nintendo is full of surprises, though, and frankly, if Metroid Prime 4 is going to be on Switch 1, then maybe some other first-party stuff is going to make it in here, and who knows, that could be Pikmin. But what do you guys think? Do you think that either of these Directs have any shot to have Pikmin stuff in it? Do you think it's not very likely? Do you think it's actually more likely than we think, and these leaks have some validity to them? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That being said, I'll stop rambling and end things here. My name is Vantage Emblem. Thank you so much for watching, and I mean, in an ideal world, right, I hope to be making a follow-up video after both Directs talking about the crazy Pikmin stuff that was announced in both of them, but yeah, that's not happening, and if we're lucky, we'll see something Pikmin in one of them. But who knows, right? If there's something, though, you can count on me to talk about it here. So, anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna get to sleep so I can wake up and see this Direct. Wow, that'll be crazy. Anyway, bye everyone.